that was the Chinese orchestra conducted by Yan Wei Chung, a piece called The General's Command. And this is Warren Mock, tenor. He will sing The Sea My Home. Warren Mock, an acclaimed tenor, who sing The Sea My Home, backed by the Chinese orchestra. that was Warren Mock, internationally acclaimed tenor, backed by the Chinese orchestra, conducted by Yan Wei Chung. And Mr. Mock just sang The Sea, My Home. And here is another world-acclaimed musician, Dame Gwyneth Jones. And she will perform 3 pieces backed by the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra, conducted by David Atherton. And Dame Gwyneth will perform Amazing Grace, Memories, and Last Rose of Summer. Dame Gwyneth Jones with Last Rose of Summer, backed by the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra, and she would now sing Amazing Grace. She is joined by Warren Mock, world-renowned tenor. This is... That was world-acclaimed singers Dame Gwyneth Jones and Warren Mock, and of course that song was I'll See You Again, and they were backed by the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra, conducted by David Atherton. And we'll go to a break now.
1.5 centuries ago, Hong Kong...
Rarely seen on film, and only recently studied by scientists, the Shula forests of India host an incredible variety of animals on its rainforest floors. Venture into India's natural splendor in Shula, India's Jungle of Rain, Thursday at 8:30 p.m.
This man has had a few drinks, and now he's on his way home. He may not have drunk much, or he may have drunk too much. He knows that just one drink could cost him his license or his life. But he doesn't care, because he's a safe, responsible driver, which is why he's sitting in the back. If you drink, you can't drive. Think about it.
Universal Genève time is now 7:01.
And we return to the Tamar for the British farewell ceremony. Francis Yip.
Putting adversity and hardship behind them can together achieve. We now invite him to make his farewell to the city that he has served.
Your Royal Highness, Prime Minister, distinguished guests, people of Hong Kong. For Hong Kong as a whole, today is cause for celebration not sorrow. But here and there, perhaps there will be a touch of personal sadness, as is true of any departure, a point to which I shall return. History is not just a matter of dates. What makes history is what comes before and what comes after the dates that we all remember. The story of this great city is about the years before this night and the years of success that will surely follow it. Of course, Hong Kong's story is not solely that of the century and a half of British responsibility, though it is the conclusion of that chapter that we mark tonight. This chapter began with events that, from today's vantage point, at the end of the following century, none of us here would wish or seek to condone. But we might note that most of those who live in Hong Kong now do so because of events in our own century which would today have few defenders. All that is a reminder that sometimes we should remember the past, the better to forget it. What we celebrate this evening is the restless energy, the hard work, the audacity of the men and women who have written Hong Kong's success story. Mostly Chinese men and Chinese women. They were only ordinary in the sense that most of them came here with nothing. They are extraordinary in what they have achieved against the odds. As British administration ends, we are, I believe, entitled to say that our own nation's contribution here was to provide the scaffolding that enabled the people of Hong Kong to ascend. The rule of law, clean and light-handed government, the values of a free society, the beginnings of representative government and democratic accountability. This is a Chinese city, a very Chinese city with British characteristics. No dependent territory has been left more prosperous. None with such a rich texture and fabric of civil society, professions, churches, newspapers, charities, civil servants of the highest probity and the most steadfast commitment to the public good. I have no doubt that with people here holding on to these values which they cherish, Hong Kong's star will continue to climb. Hong Kong's values are decent values. They are universal values. They are the values of the future in Asia as elsewhere. A future in which the happiest and the richest communities, and the most confident and most stable too, will be those that best combine political liberty and economic freedom as we do here today. All of us here tonight, and I am sure all my fellow countrymen and women watching these events from afar, wish the Chief Executive of the Special Administrative Region and his excellent team the very best of luck as they embark on their journey. C.H. Tung and his wife Betty will serve Hong Kong with dedication, strength, and enthusiasm. Everyone here, and people outside Hong Kong as well, will be willing them to succeed in the challenging years that lie ahead. I said that tonight's celebration will be tinged for some with sadness. So it will be for my family and myself, and for others who, like us, will soon depart from this shore. I am the 28th governor, the last governor. Like all the other governors and their families, my wife, my children, and myself will take Hong Kong home in our hearts. You have been kind to us. You have made us welcome. It has been the greatest honor and privilege of my life to share your home for 5 years and to have some responsibility for your future. Now, Hong Kong people are to run Hong Kong. That is the promise, and that is the unshakable destiny.
And now we go to another commercial break before we resume at the Tamar ceremony.
A dreadful day is when you come across a decapitated hanger, the suspicious absence of the broom, a drenched bathroom with Willie in captivity, your leopard-skinned kid prancing in the living room.
You little breath. I guess that means no TV for us.
Pearl saves the day.
Watching TV is a family thing.
The Royal Navy Guard of Honor is made up of members of the ship's company of HMS Chatham and HMS Illustrious. The Army Guard of Honor is formed from the 1st Battalion, the Black Watch Royal Highland Regiment, Scotland's Senior Highland Regiment. And the Royal Air Force is providing the Queen's Colour Squadron. There are 5 military bands playing in this ceremony. The band of the Royal Marines, the band of the Scots Guards, the Highland Band of the Scottish Division, the pipes and drums of the 1st Battalion, the Black Watch, and the pipes and drums of the Brigade of Gurkhas.